Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're just going to take a quick look at KuCoin. Just before we do, we look at Bitcoin, but we're just going to compare the two side by side today. I figure it's a little easier. And this is kind of more so just a public service announcement, just to help you understand a couple of things. First of all, correlation between Bitcoin and KuCoin. Furthermore, obviously, where KuCoin's going and how low it could possibly go. Because I do feel as if we're losing the bottom on Bitcoin, and if it continues to progress downwards, we will see a pretty nice entry point for either coin, obviously. So you're here for Crow, but let's just go ahead and focus on Bitcoin for a moment. And just so you see on the left-hand side here, you can see on the 4-hour chart, obviously, a very, very similar scenario as to KuCoin, right? Almost exactly identical. So it's important to know this because obviously a lot of coins are doing this, and if you're not aware of that, Bitcoin is controlling most of the market right now. Bitcoin and Ethereum are effectively, calling the shots right now. Mostly Bitcoin, but Ethereum too for the ERC20 blockchain. But when it comes to KuCoin at this point, you can see that we are losing the bottom. We're making lower lows and lower highs. Well, I guess we haven't really officially made a full set yet, but you can see this lower low here getting lower, and this is again a lower high essentially, right? So on the 4-hour chart, not looking great in this sense. We were looking okay until that dump from yesterday, and it's just continuing to perpetually decrease. Now, today being Monday, usually red day. Okay, now most of the time we're seeing red days on Mondays because the bulls, or correction, the actual whales are back in business, you could say, and all the progress that we made as laymen, so to speak, the non-whales, were by driving the price action up over the weekend. You can see this was Saturday, Sunday right here. This nice little slope up. They come in and take their profits. It's a very standard rinse and repeat almost every single week. Furthermore, Fridays are also red days too because they like to take their profits before the weekend because it'll just be back up again when the market's like this right now. Anyways, just know that's kind of the case. So regardless of that fact, we got some crazy news coming up this week as well on Wednesday with inflation. A lot of good things. Well, I wouldn't say good things, but a lot of things happening that are good for lower price points, but bad for the overall sense of our altcoins. I mean, altcoins are taking a super big hit right now. I don't see a darn thing that's green right now. there's one, what? Oh yeah, SYS is green. The only thing that I've ever looked at is green, right? And Bitcoin dominance is up too. That's actually odd, right? But when Bitcoin dominance goes up, it means a lot of people are investing back into Bitcoin right now, buying that dip. Pretty standard stuff right now. Anyways, I just want to kind of bring some of that to your attention so you understand. There's not much to really dive into on the TA here for today. For KuCoin, just understand the correlation, and we want to see also where the potential bottom is, okay? So let's go ahead and focus on Crow and kind of just see what's going on with that potential here, okay? So in other words, when we look at KuCoin, we can see obviously that the price is decreasing here. But let's see how much lower it could possibly go. In other words, just what are some of the key indications telling us? So we hit a 9 previously, so this retracement makes sense. It shouldn't have hit this hard. We should have been seeing a higher low, but instead we're seeing lower lows, and that puts us right at about a 6. So hypothetically, we've got the next, what is that, 3 to 7 4-hour time frames. In other words, what? 12 to 30, 12 to 28 hours essentially of bearish momentum left. Okay, so that could last for another 24 to 48 hours, could even go further with the news on Wednesday. Now, it's more likely the price to go down up until Wednesday, and then depending on how that overall scenario works out, we could see an increase from Wednesday through Friday. That's a very strong likelihood, and it would make sense because the market would have effectively been down for 2 days in a row. So I'm speculating we're going to see a recovery on Wednesday, and I would also speculate here based on Fibonacci retracement. It's been pretty reliable overall with support and major resistance levels. 48 cents should be the bottom, or at least the more recent relative bottom here for KuCoin. There's a chance we might see a candle wick lower, but I do feel as if the 1-day candlestick will probably close right around 48 cents if we continue to progress downwards. So my recommendation to you, of course, my community members, patrons, whomever is watching, make sure you set some limit orders, right? Set some limit orders as you dollar cost average down. So set a limit order at 50 cents. Set another limit order at 48 cents. And hell, get creative. Go down to 45 cents and even 40 in case you catch that candle wick down, right? Set 3 or 4 different targets, so to speak, and when you wake up, you might find yourself in a better position, at least when the market recovers, obviously, right? So that's essentially the idea. Right now, it's all about dollar cost averaging and kind of adding to your position slowly as the price goes down, because we know, big picture, KuCoin's going to go some places, right? It's definitely, the next BNB, the next KuCoin, in my opinion, and I think it's definitely going to continue to progress very, very high, very, very fast once the dust settles, okay? Bitcoin hasn't found its bottom yet. I know a lot of people are saying, is it potentially bearish? Are we bullish? honestly, it's becoming a point where it's 50-50. I don't think we're going to be in a bear market. I mean, if we are, we're already halfway to our bottom, right? So I don't really see that happening. I think we still got plenty of room for growth left in Bitcoin, but it's just all this crazy, chaotic world stuff, these world events that are happening that you couldn't forecast on a 4-year cycle. There's things that are kind of outside of that norm, you could say. But it is pretty standard for November, December to be kind of rocky, right? That's just kind of the way it goes with everything. So, try not to overthink, try not to overwhelm yourself with, oh my gosh, my accounts are bleeding. You get used to this, unfortunately. I mean, crypto, imagine having millions of dollars, right? You're going to be fluctuating by hundreds of thousands of dollars per day. You got to get used to that if this is something that you're wanting to get into. And for right now, if it's only a few $100s, it's all well and good. Add what you can when you can, and just set some price, some price targets, right? 52, 50, 48, 46 cents, etc. Kind of work your way down essentially, and don't put all your eggs in one basket. I know it's tempting to put everything you got right into the coin right now. I get that, but it's not really all that worthwhile. Okay, it's more important to continue to add to your average as you continue to go down. Best traders are patient, and patience is key. It's super difficult, I recognize that, but try your best. All right. So sorry, this kind of got a little preachy there, but I just like to look out for your best interest, and I have a lot of patrons that are committing to KuCoin, and I've committed to it as well in a small way. Again, you never want to invest more than just say 3 to 5% of your portfolio in coins like this. The better ones to invest in would be Ethereum and Bitcoin, and those are on average somewhere in the range of 30 to 50% of your total portfolio size. These are altcoins. Altcoins should essentially be smaller in percentage. So I'll be rolling out with a video of that nature here in the relative near future, because I do get a lot of requests on portfolio diversification. But until we get there, just note that small percentages at a time as you get closer to your goal. And at this point, our goal is basically 48 cents. I think we might actually hit that as soon as Bitcoin loses its bottom, because it's definitely struggle busting right now. We kind of lost our support at 47,000, and I feel as if if we close in the one-day candlestick on Bitcoin below 47, we're going to be in a world of hurt, at least in the sense of the fact that the price will continue to progress downwards. In fact, let's take a quick look at the 15-minute here and see where we're at, because I mentioned this earlier in my Bitcoin review that we lost VWAP and we're still under EMA. So yeah, you can see that here. VWAP hasn't even been tested yet. We dropped below the standard deviation lines, price bounced back up, and now we are trending downwards just below the EMA 15. So ultimately, there's really no good buy signals here. Obviously, again, dollar cost average if at all possible. I would say the next price target would be 46,000, 44, and 42,000 would be probably one of your largest limit orders. That's at least what I'm doing personally. And then, of course, same thing with Ethereum, 3,600, right around that range. So all good things here, in my personal opinion. Again, if you have money to invest, if you've invested everything already, you're doing it wrong. I know it's easy to say right now, but you should always have money set aside for scenarios like this. Again, it kind of requires you to consistently invest in the market, though. So keep that in mind. You just do one big lump sum. It's hard not to want to invest everything. I totally get that. But big picture, if you can consistently just put a little bit each time, that's basically what dollar cost averaging is just investing small amounts as you progress throughout the months and the years, you'll be in a much better place. And later, you'll be happy because you have a lower average price and you'll be essentially worth and valued more. It's an interesting concept, but it works very well. All right, I hope you found benefit here. So sorry to kind of run in circles, but I hope you understand what I'm getting at. Just be careful, be cautious, and make sure that you set some realistic limit orders at 52, 50, 48 cents, etc. Every 2 cents, I think, would be a good interval for KuCoin. So I hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks again. Be safe. We'll see you.